It was a Thursday afternoon when Carlos messaged his friend Jenna. "Hey, want to grab dinner this weekend?" He had only moved to Vancouver a month ago, and Jenna was one of the first people he'd met. She was friendly, chatty, and seemed to know all the best places to eat. Carlos wanted to make new friends, but even simple things like making plans in English still made him overthink. Jenna replied quickly, "Sure. Saturday?" Carlos typed back, "Yes, that works for me. Maybe 6 p.m.?" And just like that, he had made weekend plans in English. Simple, friendly. But of course, plans never stay simple for long. The next morning, Jenna texted again. "Hey, something came up. Can we do 7 instead?" Carlos looked at the message and thought about what to reply. He didn't want to sound too formal or too stiff. So he went with, "No problem at all. 7 works for me." That small exchange taught him something. Making plans isn't about speaking perfect English. It's about sounding flexible, friendly, and clear. You'll hear phrases like, "Does 7 work for you?" "Can we push it back a bit? Something came up. Can we reschedule?" They're simple, but powerful. Later that day, Carlos ran into a colleague from work, Priya. They were both heading out for lunch, and Priya said, "Hey, some of us are going to the museum this Sunday. You in?" Carlos paused for a second. He wasn't sure what "you in" meant. But he smiled and said, "Sure, that sounds fun. What time are you going?" Priya replied, "Probably around 2. I'll text you the details." That's another thing about making plans in English. It's often informal and spontaneous. People don't always speak in full sentences. Instead of, "Would you like to join us?" you might hear, "You coming?" or "You want to join?" At first, these phrases confused Carlos, but the more he heard them, the more natural they became. On Saturday, around noon, Jenna messaged again. Hey, do you want to meet at that taco place on Main Street instead?" Carlos had never been there, but he didn't want to sound unsure. He replied, "I've never been there, but sure, just send me the address." And she did. Now, here's something important. When making plans, people often change the location, time, or even the plan itself. It's totally normal. The key is to go with the flow and use natural responses like, "Sure, that works. Sounds good to me. Let me just check and get back to you." Actually, can we do it a bit later? It's a conversation, not a contract. At 7 p.m. sharp, Carlos arrived at the taco place. Jenna was already there, waving from a corner table. They sat down, ordered food, and started chatting about the week. Jenna laughed and said, "I'm glad we finally made this happen. I'm the worst at planning." Carlos smiled. "It's okay. I'm still getting used to how plans change here. In my culture, we usually set a time and stick to it no matter what." Jenna nodded. "Yeah. Here, it's more relaxed. Plans are flexible. It doesn't mean we don't care. It's just a different rhythm." And that was it. A casual dinner, a changed time, a different restaurant. And yet, it was one of the best nights Carlos had since moving. He learned something that night, not just about making plans in English, but about how language and culture go hand in hand. The next day, he decided to message Priya about the museum. "Hey, still on for the museum today?" She replied, "Yep, 2 o'clock. Let's meet at the entrance." He sent back, "Perfect. See you there. Short, simple, natural, and that's what it's all about." Making plans in English doesn't have to be stressful. Most of the time it's casual, friendly, and often last minute. The trick is to be flexible and open, and to use everyday expressions that make you sound natural. And remember, things might change. People might be late. Plans might move around. But the conversation, that's where the real practice happens. So, next time someone says, "Want to hang out this weekend?" you'll know exactly what to say. Practice out loud, try different styles, and soon it will feel completely natural. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you in the next lesson.